As you take this time to withdraw your attention from what's going on, either at home, at work, or just in your everyday life, it is vitally important that we come apart for a while. Just taking the time to become still. We have work, we have our activities, we have our families. We've got a meeting to go to. There's a function going on. Take this time just to relax. All the rushing that we've been doing, be still. We learn in Scripture to be still and know that I am God. Be still. First of all, stilling the body. And as you gently breathe, allow your body just to relax. This is also your opportunity to still your mind. We've been thinking about the grocery list. We think about whether the laundry's done. Oh, did I get that bill paid? Was I supposed to call somebody? In order to still your mind, we focus on one thought and allow that thought to be, God is all there is. There is absolutely nothing else. Focus your attention on one thought. God is all there is. There is absolutely nothing else. In the stillness is when we can listen and hear God. allow that stillness to be our guide, and we allow wisdom to be our direction. And we declare this to be so in the name and through the power that is in the name of our master teacher, our elder brother, and our ratio, Jesus the Christ. Amen. And so it is.
Please join me in our thoughts and prayers. Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Take charge of what you're saying. See a higher consciousness of state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes a
Thank you. Thank you. Today we continue our series on the 4 spiritual laws of prosperity. I'm telling you, this is such an important series, and it is so wonderful, the information that we get from this particular book, the 4 spiritual laws of prosperity. When it comes to prosperity, most people think that prosperity is all about getting money. That is a part of it. However, in order to get the money, in order to get the stuff, there are some spiritual laws that we must adhere to in order for that to really sustain us. You see, we can always get stuff, but it's about learning what the underlying principles are that will keep it for us. We went through the first spiritual law of prosperity, and if you really want to be prosperous, the first law, the first thing we got to do is learn how to give, and that is tithing. The second spiritual law that we worked through was goal setting. Knowing what it is that you want and setting that, being able to have a vision, to be able to see clearly what it is. Last Sunday we were supposed to go over forgiveness. However, the snow decided that it needed to experience and express itself, so we did not get a chance to go over that spiritual law. But fear not, next Sunday, Sam is going to be here to give you that law. So today I'm going to be working with the 4th law, which is divine purpose. Now, I want you to know this, that finding and following your divine purpose is different from setting goals. You see, a goal is a tangible desire with an end result, which is good. You have to have that, because where there is no vision, the people perish. But divine purpose is a way of living. Okay? Purpose is not what you do, but why. That's what we want to focus on today, is the why you are doing it. The purpose, or your divine purpose, is something that you are going to be working on and growing with your entire life. You see, we have this goal that we've set, that this is where we want to achieve. But when it comes to the law of prosperity, we cannot get there if we don't know and if we don't focus on the why. And that's what we're going to be working on today, is the why we are doing this. And in order to work with our divine purpose, I wanted to give you something directly from the bylaws of Unity Church of Flint. Section 2, Article 1, our statement of purpose. Now, at the beginning of every service, we go through and we recite together with authority and conviction our statement of being, but we've never really looked at, as a group, our statement of purpose. Why are we here? Our bylaws direct us and clearly state that the purpose of Unity Church of Flint is to teach the universal principles of truth as taught and demonstrated by Jesus Christ and interpreted, by the Association of Unity Churches doing business as Unity Worldwide Ministries. Now that pretty much sounds like the what. That what we are supposed to do is we are to teach the universal principles of truth as taught and demonstrated by Jesus Christ. But why are we to do that? And that, believe it or not, is in our statement of purpose. The reason we're to do this is so that we can live the vision, we can live the message, and we can live our core values. That is why we are here to teach these principles, so that you can live this. That is our fifth basic principle. It's not just enough to know this stuff, but you got to live it. You got to demonstrate it. Now, in finding your divine purpose, one of the most important steps in finding and living your individual divine purpose, as well as our collective divine purpose, is that of commitment. Making a commitment, first of all, to yourself. Making a commitment to God. You're making a commitment to the universe. I like to say it this way. Making a commitment means going through a door that you have no intention of going back through. Commitment means staying loyal to what you said you were going to do, even after the feeling you said it in is gone. But I like the way Edwina says it. She said it this way, that commitment is the courage to begin without the guarantee of success. Can you start this? Can you make the first step even if you're not sure that it's going to work? You see, there are sometimes that we don't do things. We don't take the steps. We don't make the commitment because we don't know how it's going to work out. But when you take that first step anyway, not knowing that is commitment, but in order to make that commitment, one key thing is crucial. And that's having faith. Well, let me say it differently. It's not about having faith, because we all have faith, but it's whether or not we use it. Now, Edwina also mentioned something else in the book about commitment. She says, when you commit to something, there is no way out. If there is a way out, you're not committed. To be committed means that you are going to stick to it regardless of how it looks, how it works out, that you are committed. Come what may, this is what I'm going to do. And that's how we have to be with our commitment, with our divine purpose. With our divine purpose, I'm going to stick to it regardless. There is no way out of me, you, us living our purpose. If there's a way out, it's not your purpose. Now, when it comes to that commitment, it's very important that you verbalize your commitment. The reason it's important for you to verbalize your commitment is because there is extraordinary power in the spoken word. Edwina says this: I believe that when you say something, it automatically takes on enormous strength. When you verbalize your commitment, you are drawing your team to you. When it comes out of your mouth, at that point, the universe says, okay, now I can begin to move. When you verbalize that commitment, you are drawing to you your team. The extraordinary power in the spoken word. You find it in Genesis, the 1st chapter, in the 3rd verse, when God said, let there be light, and there was light. You see, anytime something is coming out of your mouth, you are saying, let there be. Uh-oh. Somebody don't like that. Whenever it comes out of your mouth, you are saying, let there be that. I use the same example all the time because I don't want y'all to think that I'm talking about you. Because every time the word S-O-R-R-Y comes out of your mouth, you are saying, let there be that. So think about everything that comes out of your mouth, everything that you say. When it comes out of your mouth, you are literally saying, this is what I want. Let that be. That's why do not put broke behind your I am. When you start talking about what you ain't got, what you don't want, if it's coming out of your mouth, you are saying, let that be. Make the commitment verbally to abundance. Let what comes out of your mouth, let the commitment be about complete health. Let the commitment that comes out of your mouth be about your divine purpose. Let it be about the why. You see, there was a very interesting story in John chapter 9 about divine purpose versus, in action. And I really like this story because it backs up everything that we teach about the law of attraction. When something happens to us, or when there is an experience in our life, in our world, and in our affairs that we are not comfortable with, that is not what we really want it to be, we try to figure out the purpose for it. We try to figure out the why. And there are some times when an experience happens, we say to ourselves, I did not ask for that. Why is this happening to me? What did I do wrong? Jesus answered the question for us, but sometimes we don't like this particular answer. Because there was a person who had been born blind. And because of all of the wonderful things that Jesus had done, all of the miracles, all of the manifestations that happened, around that particular time, you see, the folks was trying to trip Jesus up and asked him a specific question, just like some people ask me specific questions. Okay, Jesus, you so smart, you know so much. This kid is blind from birth. Who sinned? Was it him? Did he do something wrong that he was born blind? Or did his parents do something that caused him to be born blind? You see, they kept trying to put blame on somebody else. But Jesus' answer was so profound, most people can't see the divine purpose in this experience. He said in verse 3, Jesus answered, neither has this man sinned nor his parents. They're like, oh, so they didn't do anything wrong. They didn't do anything wrong. Yet here is this situation. Here is this condition. Jesus answered to him and said, nobody sinned, but the purpose for this is that God should be made manifest. You see, the experiences that we have, be they good, bad, or indifferent, is so that God can be made manifest in them. It's not that we purposely ask for certain physical conditions. We don't purposely ask to get fired from a job. We don't purposely ask for government programs to get cut out. We don't ask for the delays to be there. So what is the purpose? The purpose is for God to be demonstrated. The purpose is for you to use what you learn on a weekly basis. The purpose for these situations is for you to work the principles. That's the why of these experiences. The why for these experiences? The why of you being here. Edwin puts it very, very clearly in a basic sense. In Lessons in Truth, we learn that there are 4 basic denials. There are 4 basic affirmations. And it's not about using those words just as they are. It's about getting that idea. The basic idea, in case you don't have words for your divine purpose. If you don't have words for why you are here, Edwin gives it to us here. We are here on this planet to, get this, discover and demonstrate our own divinity. The 3 D's. Discover and demonstrate our divinity. The why that you are here is to discover who you really are. You are here to discover the truth about God. You are here, I am here, we are here to discover the truth about the universe. And then once we discover that, we must demonstrate it. That's the purpose for us being here. The 3 D's. To discover and demonstrate our divinity. Now, let's start working on this divine purpose by answering these questions honestly. This is some heavy work right here. What I'm about to give you, I'm not asking you to give me the answers. Edwina in the book was not asking you to give her the answers. But these are some things in living your purpose, in demonstrating and discovering your own divinity. This is what I want you to look at. What one issue seems most important to me? What one issue seems most important to me? The difficulty with this in living our divine purpose is the issues that are important to us change. But when we are living from our purpose, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the issue is. The purpose still stays the same. When we're focused on discovering and demonstrating our divinity, it doesn't matter what the issue is. But we're not living our purpose because the issues change so often. Because today, this issue is important. And that takes all of our attention. Squirrel. Then there's another issue. Oh, this is what's important. This is important. Squirrel. Oh no, now this is important. I am not saying in any sense of the word at all that those things are not important. But in living your divine purpose, what is the most important to you? Now, when you look at these issues that we have, looking at what our real purpose is. Question number 2, what would be the perfect solution to the challenge? What would be the perfect solution to this issue? Be careful.
Is there a perfect solution anyway?
Yes. There is a perfect solution to any and everything. When I say be careful, when it comes to dealing with what the perfect solution is, do not put it on somebody else. Well, the perfect solution would be if they would just do what they supposed to do. The perfect solution, there was a situation that I have. Almost every morning, there is one stop that I get to And every morning there's two kids, the same two, that always do the same exact thing. They are never at the stop when I get there. It's a bus stop, not a bus wait. I'm not supposed to wait for them. And I kept thinking, ooh, the perfect solution would be for those kids to be at the stop when I got there. That's what I'm thinking the perfect solution would be. I'm going to show you how I fixed it, but I got to ask you a couple other things first. I'm going to tell you what happened. When you're looking at what the perfect solution for the challenge would be, ask yourself, can I visualize it and see it clearly in my mind's eye? Whatever this perfect solution is, can I see it clearly? And then you have to be able to write down or write a description of what it would look like. If the perfect transformation were complete, what would it look like? I debated on whether or not I was going to give this example in today's message, but I'm going to do it anyway. I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to do it. An issue that's important is our attendance in church, Sunday morning service. The perfect solution, or a good solution, would be, I'm going to say 70 to 80 more people Sunday morning. But then I have to look at the purpose. Why? Why do we want 70 to 80 more people in service on Sunday? What would it look like to have 70 or 80 people in church on Sunday? Could I write it out clearly? And what would it look like? Now, if we're going to answer that question, let's look at the next thing. And I'm going to get back to that. But I have to get these questions out. I'm going to tell you about what it would look like. There were 70 or 80 more people, and I'm going to tell you what happened on the bus stop. Now it's time to do the research. Investigate. And do the questioning. What role do I play? Not me, Rev. You're asking yourself this question. What role do you play? I had to ask myself, what role do I play in those two kids being late to the bus stop every morning? What role do I play? Ask yourself, what role do you play in there being 70 to 80 more people in church on Sunday? What role do you play? Like I said earlier, when it comes down to what the solution would be, we always want someone else to do it. We want someone else to fix it. Well, if they would just do this, if they would do right, if they would do what I want them to do. Yep. I said, if them kids would do what I want them to do, it would be all right. But I had to stop and look at what role do I play in this situation. We have to ask ourselves, in living your purpose, for whatever that solution is, what do I need to do? What do I need to know? What do I need to be in order for that to happen? Is it time for me to go back to school? Is it time for me to read the book? Is it time for me to study with the experts? What it would look like for me if there were 70 to 80 more people, that's a whole lot more work. Because that means at least 2 more classes a week. At least. With 2 more classes a week, that means me training Brad to be here to teach a class. That's more work. What did I have to do? What does it look like for some of you? No, D, I'm not going to say it. Let's move on. Because we're dealing with our purpose. The 3 Ds. What is your divine purpose? I gave it to you. So don't act brand new. Come on, lady. Come on, girl.
Discover, demonstrate, and divinity.
That's right. Your purpose is to discover and demonstrate your divinity. So in order to discover, demonstrate your divinity, what you got to ask yourself right now is, what is my first step? And how soon am I going to take it? I have to acknowledge some people, because when it comes down to discovering and demonstrating their divinity and how soon they're going to take it, this is some stuff that you got to ask yourself. We've already said that. What do we need to do? Do you need to take a class? Do you need to read a new book? There are some people who this time around for Lessons in Truth are taking it for the first time with me, and I've been here 5 years. There are some people who are getting it after, Annie, can I use you as an example? After what, 30 years, you finally getting it?
30 years.
That's what we got to ask. Now, how back there, and there are those aha moments. What is the first step that you have to take, and how soon are you going to take it? What am I willing to do? Am I willing to do what it takes? Am I willing to, if I'm in the class, am I willing to learn what somebody else is teaching me? Because you see, it's not about reinventing the wheel.
You don't have to write a book.
Right. It's already been written. You see, there are people who've already done what I'm trying to do. The people who've done what I'm trying to do, I'm with them saying, okay, how did you do it? How did it work for you? What is the process that we go through in order to get to there? Because they did it. If they did it, they know how it's done. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel and tell them how to do it. I'm there for them to teach me. Am I willing to do what it takes? Am I willing to listen? Will I continue? Staying the course. Working with integrity. Am I willing to stay the course? And working in integrity, even if it means standing by myself. Even if it means nobody else likes me, even if it means nobody else agrees with me. At that point, when you say, yes, I'm going to do this. Yes, I'm going to live in integrity. 5 things that I'm going to let Brad sing. In living your divine purpose, always pay attention. Always pay attention. I'm always observing. There are things that I observe that you have no idea that I'm watching. You don't see me watching that. You don't see me seeing that. But just because you don't see me see it does not mean that I don't see it. Pay attention. Number 2, always tell the truth. Tell it quickly. Here's where people get this confused. Tell the truth, not the facts. Facts are important, yes. The fact is there's $180-something in the checking account. That's the fact. But the truth is God is the source of my supply. Living and operating under purpose, demonstrating and discovering my divinity. If I'm going to live in integrity, I'm going to acknowledge, yes, that's what's in the checking account. But the truth is God is the source of my supply. When I live in integrity, when I'm living under my divine purpose, whatever I need will be there when I need it. And the wonderful thing about telling the truth and telling it always, there's work we got to do. It never runs out. 3, always ask for what you need when you need it. Ask for what you need when you need it. Be clear what it is that you want. That's why we set goals. But when we set goals, we must work within our divine divinity, within our divine purpose. 4, this is the one that most people do not like and they do not do. Number 4 is take responsibility for your own experiences. Yes, this is going on, but what role do I play in it? If there isn't enough money, what role am I playing? Yes, the credit card company charges 34% interest. But did I have to go out and max the card out? Take responsibility for your experience. Always, always, always keep your agreements. This is how you live in integrity. When you are operating from your divine purpose. This is the law that will guarantee your abundance. This, when you operate within these 4 spiritual laws that we are given during these Sunday messages, that will guarantee your success. It will guarantee your riches. But you got to work all of the laws. There are 4 laws that Edwin is giving us in the book. And just like any car, if all 4 tires, if 3 of the tires got air in them and the 4th one is flat, you're not going anywhere. But where I'm going right now is to my seat, and Brad's going to sing. I'm going to answer your question after service, Carmen. Thank you.
Wait a minute, bus stop. You said you'd answer that.
I said I'd answer the bus stop. Oh, okay. What I did, the kids weren't there. I could see them coming. Hmm?
You slowed down.
No,
You left.
I left them. They said, but Mr. Griffin, you saw me. I said, yeah, and you saw me. That's living in integrity. My time there is 6:37. They're not there at 6:37. I go on. That's what I mean by doing it, even if you gotta do it alone. I let the kids know I'm gonna live in my divine purpose. I'm gonna do my part. You got to do yours. When it comes to discovering and developing my divine divinity, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say it to the virtual audience. I'm gonna do it with or without you. I got to do it. Now my question to you is, are you gonna be the kids left at the bus stop, or are you gonna be riding this train?
Rain is falling, sitting by myself. Hear you calling, I know I asked for help. Something is missing, Lord, if you're listening, I can use a bracelet loud. I swear I fell. Believe in yourself when there's nobody else. You know how to survive. Take your hand, take your heart, don't lose your faith. Even when you're alone in the dark, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Can't help thinking of the words you said. When I was out of breath, I have nothing left. Don't stop your dreaming. You're what's best. I swear I said, believe in yourself when there's nobody else. You know how to survive. Take your hand, take your heart, don't lose your faith. When you feel alone in the dark, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Back here within, and the sun is out. God made a different thing. Thank God I know that I believe in yourself when there's nobody else. You know how to survive. Take your hand, take your heart, don't lose your faith. When you feel alone in the dark, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. did it.
You did it, Fred. Yes, you did.